puffs is super simple to prepare. Now we're going to start by making the dough. For that I require 1 cup of whole wheat flour. This is regular flour that we use to make chapatis or puris. Half a cup of dahi or yogurt. 1/4 cup of water. Half a teaspoon of Eno salts. Some salt to taste. And a few drops of oil. So for the dough, I've just added the salt to the flour. Then I'm going to add the Eno salts. Mix all these 3 dry ingredients well together. Next, we're going to add the yogurt or the dahi. I'll leave a recipe of how I prepare my dahi at home in the description box below. Mix all of this really well together. And now we're just going to add a little water at a time, and we're going to make this into a nice dough similar to that what you would make for a roti, chapati, puri. So it should be nice and firm, yet it should be nice and elastic and flexible too. And then I'm just going to add a few drops of oil and knead this really well and set it aside for about 5 minutes. So during that time, let's make the stuffing or the filling for this lovely pizza puff. So now for the filling, I've taken a small bowl. To that, I'm going to add 1 medium onion that I've chopped fine. Next, I'm going to add 1 small capsicum that I've chopped fine. Next goes in 1 small tomato that I've de-seeded and taken out all the flesh and cut it up again into small fine cubes. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of French beans chopped fine, 1 teaspoon of mixed Italian herbs. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Next is going to go in 1 tablespoon of red chili sauce, as well as 1 tablespoon of pizza pasta sauce, 1/4 cup of cheese that I've cut into small cubes. Mix all of this really well together. And we just have 1 more ingredient to go for our filling to be ready, and that is just about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper powder. So once that is added, mix everything well and our filling is all ready. So now I've taken my rolling board, I've just dusted it with a little bit of whole wheat flour. I've taken a small lime-sized ball of the dough that we prepared, and I'm just going to smoothen it out, and then I'm just going to roll it out like you would with a normal roti or chapati or puri. We want about 1/2 inch of thickness. We don't want it to be very thick or very thin. Now you can keep some oil at the side for deep frying, or you can even shallow fry these once they're ready. And then I'm just going to take a round wati. You can also use a round cookie cutter and just cut this up into small, even sized rounds like this. Not too big or not too small, just a small puri sized kind of shape. And then we're just going to fill it up in the center with about 1 teaspoon of the filling. Don't overfill it or underfill it. Place the other one on the top. Just seal the sides really well. Press them down well, and then just for the designers as well, to seal it, we're just going to press it down with a fork. So this does the double work of sealing this puff as well as also creating a nice pretty design. So it should look like this. So prepare as many as you want and set them aside. Just ensure that there are no holes on the top or on the base, otherwise your filling will all ooze out into the oil. And also see that it's very well sealed. If it breaks, just restart again. And now all we have to do is just fry it till it's nice and golden brown in color, and drain the excess oil on some kitchen napkin. Now, if you don't want to deep fry this, you can just shallow fry it in a little bit of oil in a frying pan too. Or you could even bake this in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 7 minutes. And that's it, guys. Our lovely whole wheat pizza puffs are all ready. And I'll just break open one and show you that it's really delicious, and it's a must try. So I hope you do give this recipe a try. So friends, let's start with today's croquettes recipe. Now here I have about 18 peppercorns, 1 inch of cinnamon and 5 cloves. So these are our whole spices. I'm going to lightly roast them on in my pan. just for about 1 minute till you get the lovely aroma of these lovely whole spices. Then I'm going to grind them in my mortar and pestle. You could also grind them in your mixer pot to a very, very fine powder. Once that is done, just set it aside. Now we're going to use 2 medium-sized onions chopped fine, 1 tomato, and uh, a- one tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, and also 2 dried green chilies. I'm going to heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan, and I'm going to add the onions and fry them till they're nice and translucent. Once the onions are nice and fried, we're going to add our ginger garlic paste. So I've just taken about 1 inch of ginger and about 5 large cloves of garlic and ground them to a very fine paste. You can also use the ready-made ginger garlic paste. Next, I'm going to add the light green chilies, which I've chopped fine. And then I'm going to add my 1 tomato, which I've chopped fine. So we're going to fry all of this really well. And now I'm going to cover this for about 1 minute and keep it on a low flame so that everything gets well incorporated. Now I'm going to be using 250 grams of mince as well as some salt to taste. So after about a minute, when everything is really nice and fried, we're going to add this finely ground powder that we prepared with the cinnamon, the cloves and the pepper. Mix it in well. And now we're going to add our mince. Now we're going to mix everything well with the mince, and we're going to fry the mince for at least 1 whole minute. Now you can add some salt to taste. Fry everything well. Now I've taken 1 large potato, washed it, peeled it, and just diced it into large cubes. Now after we've fried our mince well, we're going to add this potato. We're going to mix everything well, and now I'm going to cover and cook this till the potato is well cooked. So this takes about 2 minutes, and then you can just check whether your potato should be nice and soft and done. So that means your mixture is now ready. You can turn off the heat and let the mixture cool completely. Now we're going to transfer this to a mixer pot or a blender, and we're going to grind this to a very fine paste. Now I'm also going to be using some lemon juice. So I've taken the juice of 1 lemon and mix everything well, and again grind it to a very fine paste. Now we're going to transfer this paste to a large bowl. I'm also going to be using 1 egg. So I'm going to beat this egg well, and I'm going to add that to my mince. Now mix the egg also well with the mince mixture. Once that is done, I have taken 1 pav, a very fresh and soft pav, and torn it up into small pieces. You can also use bread slices. Just add that to the mixture. This will give it a nice body, and you'll be able to form the croquettes very easily. So the pav should be nice and soft and fresh, because then it just gets mashed down very easily. Alternatively, you can also add it to the mixture when you're grinding it in the mixer. Now I'm just going to add about 4 or 5 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. Basically, we want a nice firm mixture which we can form our croquettes with. And now just form the croquettes like this. Roll them and keep them aside. And then we're going to shape them so that they all look, even and well shaped. So first just roughly roll them in the breadcrumbs. And I learned this technique from my dad. But just take a nice long knife like this and just, shape them, like keep rolling them in this fashion and shape them very well. They should all look nice and even with no cracks and no, breaks in the croquettes. You can make them small, you can make them long or big, the choice is yours. And then again lightly roll them in the breadcrumbs and keep them aside. So in this way, you can make your croquettes, and you can even store them in an airtight container. They last for about a week in an airtight container, refrigerated. And whenever you feel like, you can just deep fry them. you can just deep fry them whenever you feel like. So now I'm just going to deep fry them till they're nice and golden brown in color. So you can alternatively, shallow fry them, but deep frying them, you get an even coat and everything gets evenly fried. If you shallow fry them, then you'll find that, the texture is different. You won't get that lovely crunch that these croquettes are supposed to have. That is, they're supposed to be nice and crunchy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. So when you shallow fry them, you get a very kind of a different type of a texture. You don't get that crunch. But you can shallow fry them if you don't want to deep fry them. So in this way you can fry your croquettes as many as you like, and they're just very, very delicious. They go very well with some pulao and some salad and some chicken curry at the side. It's like an ideal meal. And I've just broken up one to show it to you all, and you can see how lovely and crunchy they are on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. So I hope you like today's recipe, and I hope you give it a try. You can leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll catch you in my next recipe. So friends, here we have some boiled and shredded chicken. I've taken about 125 grams, boiled it, and when it cools down, I have shredded it. Then we require some slices of cucumber, some shredded lettuce, some slices of tomatoes, some bread slices, some cheese slices. Now in the bread, you can use white or brown. Then we require some salt, some butter, some mayonnaise, and some pepper powder. So in a large bowl, I'm taking the boiled and shredded chicken. To this, I am going to be adding some mayonnaise. So I'm going to be adding some 5 to 6 heaped tablespoons of mayonnaise. You can use either the eggless one or the one with the egg, depending on what you like. Then we're going to add some seasoning. So I'm going to be adding 1.5 teaspoon of pepper powder and some salt for taste. Give all of this a very good mix till everything is well incorporated together. And now we're going to add about 1 cup of lettuce, which I've shredded. Now you can use either the romaine lettuce leaves or the iceberg lettuce leaves. It's up to you what you like and regularly use in your salads and sandwiches. So put in some lettuce, which you've got to shred. Mix all of this extremely, extremely well. Now you have to heat up a pan. Now if you have this type of a grilled pan, it really gives a very good effect and the sandwich really looks very, very presentable and delicious. So just butter the bread on one side. Now, like I said, you can use brown bread, you can use whole wheat bread, you can use white bread, whatever you like, and just butter it up on one side. And see that your grilled pan or your regular pan is nice and hot on a low to medium flame. And then we're just going to place the pieces of bread till they have a nice grilled effect on both sides. Now we're going to start assembling our sandwiches. Now for each sandwich, we're going to use 3 of these grilled breads. So take your 3 slices of grilled bread. Now to one of the slices, which is going to be the base, we're going to add this chicken paste which we have prepared, or this chicken mix, that is lettuce, chicken, mayo, salt and pepper. We're going to evenly apply this to the first slice of grilled bread. See that it gets evenly spread to all over the bread. Then we're going to cover it with one of the slices of the bread. Then we're going to place about 4 pieces or 4 slices of cucumber, 2 slices of tomato. Now, if you don't like tomato, you can drop the tomato. Just use the cucumber. Then we're going to put 1 slice of cheese. You can use any type of cheese that you like, and then place the third one. And then we're just going to cut it into 2 halves, and your club sandwich is all ready. So in this way, I've prepared 4 sandwiches out of 6 slices of bread, and it is simply delicious. So you can have this as for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you can pack it up in your tiffin box, give it to your kids to school. It is really very, very easy to make and so delicious. So I hope you liked this recipe of chicken club sandwich. I hope you give it a try, and if you did like this recipe, then don't forget to give this recipe a big thumbs up. For those of you who haven't yet subscribed to Akshata's Recipes, please hit the red button and become a part of Akshata's Recipes family. Once you have subscribed, click on the golden bell that you see below the video so that every time I put up a new recipe or a vlog, you will get a message for the same. So you won't miss out anything that's happening on Akshata's Recipes. And visit Akshata's Recipes. I have more than 200 recipes on my channel. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. See you in my next video. This is Akshata signing off. Bye-bye. So friends, let's see today's delicious veg cold fingers. It's super simple to prepare. So now in a bowl, I've taken 4 medium-sized potatoes, boiled them, peeled them and grated them. Now I'm going to add half a cup of grated carrots, half a cup of very finely chopped capsicum, half a cup of shredded cabbage, half a cup of finely chopped coriander. Now mix all of this well together. Now we're going to add some salt to taste. Don't add too much salt because we're also going to add the Szechuan sauce or Szechuan chutney, which also has salt. So 2 tablespoons of Szechuan chutney or Szechuan sauce, whatever you have at hand. Next goes in 2 tablespoons of corn flour, which is a binding agent. And now you're going to mix all of this really well together. You can get your hands in there and just see that everything is really well mixed. Now I've taken about 4 slices of bread and I've cut them in the middle like this twice, so I get these long fingers. Then I've taken 2 tablespoons of corn flour, to which I've added about 2 tablespoons of water, and we're going to make this slurry. And this is some roasted sesame seeds or roasted teal. Just dry roast them, about half a cup. Now I'm just going to put this filling on top of the slices like this. Don't overfill it or don't underfill it, about half an inch, and then press it down with a spoon. Now because of the corn flour, everything really sticks well together. So do all of this with whatever slices you have or whatever filling you have. And once all of them are done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty the teal or the roasted sesame seeds onto a plate. And now I'm just going to brush these fingers with the slurry of corn flour and water that we made. And then I'm going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on the top. and then just press the sesame seeds down. Now because we've roasted them, they don't easily come out. If they were not roasted, then they would be all over the place and they don't even stick very well. So do roast the sesame seeds. I'm using the white sesame seeds. You could use even the brown ones, whatever you have at hand, and sprinkle a generous amount and then just press it down. The sesame seeds or the peel give a very nice flavor to this gold fingers, and they also give a nice kind of a crunch. And now I've taken a little bit of oil in a pan and I put the bread side down first. Don't put the filling side down first. And fry them for about half a minute till the base becomes nice and golden brown on a low to medium flame. And then with the help of two forks, or you can use a tongue, just turn it over once the base is golden brown like this. Now you could deep fry this, but I don't like deep frying this. I prefer shallow frying it because everything is actually already cooked in the filling. All we need to do is just give it a nice kind of a crunch. So in this way, fry all the gold fingers. And once they're done, you can just drain the excess oil onto a kitchen towel, and you can serve this with some ketchup or some Szechuan chutney. Now, if you want to get the gold coin, which is something which is served in restaurants and all you have to do is take a bread slice and cut it in into a circle, big circle shape in the center, with using a vati, or if you have a cookie cutter, and then do the same thing. But I didn't want to waste the bread slices, so I went with this gold fingers. So I hope you like today's recipe and I hope you give it a try. Do let me know in the comments section as to how you liked it. And of course, you can fry only how much ever you want, and you can store the rest in a refrigerator in an airtight container and fry it whenever you want. So I'll catch you in my